Well, hey, brother. We are back with the man that can tear through his shirt with less effort than it takes you to tear into your Uber Eats bag when that delivery man double knots the plastic baggie. Have you ever felt weaker in your life? But back on the beach, episode 3, and a lot has changed. So let's go find out what, because this is Redeye Reviews. We start with tug of war. A bunch of muscle jockeys are trying to make our man feel good about wearing gloves on the beach.
I can't just help me.
We just better hope those shorts don't reveal a couple of problems. I turned this TV show into a Skinamax flick real quick. Nobody say anything, but little daughter Jessica has gone through some drastic surgery. It's like she's a totally different person. Anybody gonna address the fact that they didn't even try to hire a similar looking kid? No? Oh, well, okay then. But he wins tug of war. They fall into a mud pit, which instantly triggers your typical beach orgy. Okay, let's go back to the kid, okay? Because I do wonder if her mom will notice that they've replaced her.
I love you, Dad. Oh, I love you too.
I mean, kids aren't like goldfish. You know, they would notice if you swapped one out.
I was very sorry to hear about Spencer's wife. How'd she die?
She went to England on a business trip. She was driving on a foggy night, car in front of her stopped.
Well, that solves that problem, I guess. The mom is dead. Yeah, died on a business trip in England. Because I totally forgot that hotel owners have to frequently travel abroad to other countries. But his buddy signs them up to test out the military's new secret radar technology.
$5,000 a day? Bro, you gotta understand, the maintenance on Thunder is enormous.
And we only ask for $5,000 to do it because we are not good negotiators. But we head inside. He calmly approaches the uncle about Jessica.
Should be 32 tables, I think, to each. I'd like mixed flowers as opposed to white.
You want to know what you can do with this?
And that uncle's like, hey man, you totally married my niece to sneak in some legal loophole for her to own this hotel? And she's dead now, so I'm gonna do the right thing and move that totally same little girl from before back to England to be with her real family.
I warned you.
No, Spence. Spence, we both want the same thing.
And because we just watched Over the Top, I really want Hulk to arm wrestle for custody of this child. But no, he does one better. He's like, okay, fine. Let's do an Air Bud. That's right. I said an Air Bud. We're going to put Jessica in between the two of us. I'll stand in my tiny swimsuit and you have a rolled up newspaper and we'll see who she chooses first.
The only reason you appointed Jess's legal guardian and owner of this hotel is because Megan didn't have a will.
But no luck. She's going to England. After this, Hulk and his friend, who stylized his entire look after that Aha's music video for Take On Me, they run that military test.
What are we doing here anyway? What's this open-eye gizmo we're supposed to try to defeat?
Our boy Wonder tries to pull a Bert and Ernie thing.
It's a singular equation. You and Jessica, period. And me, of course.
He subtly wedges himself into this whole father-daughter relationship.
Well, judging by what we've been through in our lives, I'd certainly say we know how to lead by example.
Yeah, but Jess is a little girl. You don't want her to grow up like us, do you?
I mean, you would triple the amount of hair in the family. Meanwhile, they start the test.
1,000 hours, instant insert key. Yes, sir.
And while it happens, wait, hold on. What's this? Another challenger has entered the ring. Oh my God, it's Sting. Have you no shame, sir? You already defeated the Hulkster with the Scorpion Deathlock at the WCW World Championships. What, you're gonna steal a show now too? I mean, he could. You know, they've already replaced half the cast. It wouldn't be that hard. But Sting blows up the boat. The device falls into the ocean.
There, man! Investigate stuff! On my mark! 3, 2, 1, mark!
The military man tries to drink as much salt water as he can. He attempts the world record for drowning the fastest. he almost succeeds. But afterwards, we have settled into our new roles.
Don't make any loud noises. My Yankee is setting.
Hi, hey, I'm home.
All right, nobody say anything, but that totally same little girl's mom, she looks very different. But we tell Jess that she has to go to England.
It's called Oxfordshire Academy.
Where is it?
England.
And she is upset.
It has lakes and ponds all over the place.
She runs upstairs. We try to comfort her.
My mom would have sent me away.
I know how much you miss your mom, Jess. I know.
Yeah, but panned away from that photo real quick, didn't you? All right, I'm gonna go back. Let's take a look. What? You didn't have time for the old actress to take an actual photo for the show? You just had to do that old 90s Photoshop attempt? That's good. They're not even looking at each other. It's very nice. So Hulk goes to retrieve the cotton candy making looking device. However, we see another signal on our map.
Identify approaching vessel.
Class CA-1, armament conversion, codename Falcon.
Does vessel have armaments?
Affirmative.
Firstly, why does the Thunderbolt sound like Optimus Prime? Does that make it an auto boat? No. Also, we are inside of it, which is kind of kinky or terrifying. I don't know. But secondly, little new Jessica sneaks on board.
Oh, God.
Sting launches a stinger at us, and Hulk starts realizing that he might not be cool with double daddying this child, and that maybe this situation is spinning out of control. So he drops a subtle little hint.
That does it. This is too dangerous. Jess is moving to England.
Impact no longer imminent.
A very subtle hint. It's good. But it's not. It's not good. It's no good. Our bro is loving the fantasy of playing housewife.
I made a nice bouillabaisse. You know, it's Jess's favorite. Figured the three of us could sit down to a good meal, discuss the situation like a family.
I bet his cooking has far too much salt in it. I'm just saying. But Sting is not done with our crew. He boaties up to shore. Then he gets off the boat and he very coolly swims the last little bit because we can't afford to run this rental boat aground.
It's been a long time since the three of us were on a beach together. The only difference is back then we all faced in the same direction, brother.
And Mr. Sting has got booty for days. Damn, son. I can't even smell what the Rock is cooking anymore because our boy Sting is smuggling 2 honey glazed hams in his wetsuit. And that's got me thinking that some kind of Three's Company scenario might work out for these guys.
Get the computer key, bro.
Spence, we gotta talk about this.
Get the key. Now.
But first we fight. Sting needs that fancy cappuccino machine's floppy disk, or it might as well be an espresso. So they wrestle all over the bar. At one point they knock over a beam and nothing happens. It's the extreme way to find out what beams in this place are structural and which ones are merely aesthetic. Also, pretty sure you shouldn't wrestle for the ownership of top secret military tech, but the 90s were a wild time.
Or in his sleep of death, what dreams may come when he is shuffled off this mortal coil.
So, they give away the key. And with oxygen rushing back to his brain, the Hulkster remembers more of the plot to Air Bud.
That's why I don't want you around. You're always getting in the way, understand? I don't want you here anymore. Sitting on that plane back to England, the better. Kelly, take her back, Edward. Go on, take her.
Go on, can't you see I don't want you anymore? And then, not knowing how to show us this, the writers decide that it's best if we exposition dump on this child.
No, he lost on purpose. It was his strategy. This way, Brew could give him a phony computer key, and then they'll follow him, and they'll get the open icing back.
Come on, don't you see, new Jesse? He's only pretending to be a bad actor. So the Hulkster chases after Sting. His hemorrhoids are firing on all cylinders. The man dare not sit down on that machine. However, Sting has no problem sitting. No, not on those clappers he's packing. But they fight. They fight on the boat. They fall in the water. They quickly realize that they both suck at swimming. I mean, wrestling rings are notoriously far from water. It is one of their downfalls. So Sting gets defeated, Hulk reclaims his title belt, and then we immediately cut away to him running at the hotel. So I'm just gonna assume that the mission was a success. But he makes it back to the car. He lifts it up to show how strong he is. And then, much like Sylvester Stallone's Over the Top, this final act of strength is enough to convince the old man to turn over legal custody of this child. And as a part of the deal, he also gets ownership of that little picnic area they're calling a bar. So we can probably expect to see more of that, and probably less of the hotel, because that's an expensive place to film. But that is it. So let's head on over to Redeye Reacts.
I love you, Dad.
Oh, I love you too.
Oh, I love you so much more than that daughter I mysteriously replaced from the first 2 episodes.
About 260, 270 feet.
That's 8 atmospheres. You better use nitrox to counteract the nitrogen in your blood at that depth.
Smart thinking.
Little girl, you better stop being so smart. That's kind of what got the first girl canned. Gotta dumb it down a bit.
Dinner's getting cold. You're gonna lose her forever.
So what did he say?
You know, Spence, once his mind's made up,
You know, from this angle, it looks like our man is wearing a bikini top. I dig it. That's cool and all, but I'm just saying that driftwood was probably pretty rotten. Can't give him all the credit. That is it. Thank you so much. As always, a huge shout out to the patrons. One of you wackos introduced me to this show, and we're doing all of it now because I'm kind of obsessed with this show. If you want to support the channel that way, I have a link down below to do so. I have a Discord community down below. I have a merch store down below. I will see you next time, and until then, stay happy and stay healthy.
Oh, God.